Finance Ministry and the National Security Ministry.
National Security Ministry.
Yes.
Okay.
Asia Ajatu Muse Abain Beshana Way labor for more pension funds in
debt exchange.
Okay. Omomi Omunina together with labor unions, no. Organized labor led by leaders of unions and associations. Asia our Finance Ministry Ajatu Masani MOU. Say Abain bears empty more pension funds in FM. As I know, I will say labor unions and the government share alternative ways between abua na reduce the debt to GDP ratio to 55%, because it's one of the conditions that IMF that's the news coming in CCI. Our press conference.
But after the press conference, no, the unions no indicate say they would accordingly suspend or more intended strike action.
MOU is signed by the Minister for Finance, Minister for Labor Relations, and General Secretary for TUC. Dr. Yaoban. And Kasaya no TUC so address a press news conference. Or more building more TUC it's and all Kasaya because me acquire na omunyam fine tuning document no munyina kasakasa anti once the final one buy no akasa and it means labor so agiatum say na or say sikono. So that's where we are. Anti omo address pressure no yenim so ombeka cha members and say the intended strike no enyamba so omo suspend no.
That's great. Anti Samuel Kojo Brace and Amoten and can reporting live and Sisiana Ufi press conference na say from the Ministry of Finance enti yeda se papa Samuel Kojo Brace Dennis Miracles Abuaje waha. Yes, okay, very well. And I think the MOU is here. Let me see if I can read it out now. Ubia entene ho asinti say following meetings held at the Ministry of Finance in December 2022 between Government of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations, Ministry of Finance, and Ministry of National Security on the one hand, and organized labor/associations represented by leadership of all labor unions and associations on the other hand, to resolve issues on the exemption of all pension funds in the domestic debt exchange program announced by government on the 5th of December 2022. 1. Government has decided to grant exemption to all pension funds in the domestic debt exchange program. And 2, Government of Ghana and organized labor/associations shall, however, work together to explore mutually beneficial options within debt sustainability limit and to also promote macroeconomic stability and economic recovery in the spirit of social partnership. Inti Dipa Miensa na sign Ignatius Bafo Iwa, Ken Oforiata, and a Dr. Anthony Yao Ba. Miracles, good news, right?
Obi, amembo when you. Amembo when you mind teaching. Obi, and to what we dream. You see, na achia ni ateno. You see, na tene ni adaneno. Nkakra krasa. And for me, I think say, if at every point in time in our governance, any statecraft, we find ourselves in this kind of situations, and can make a lot of progress. Joy in this guy, because in fact, the past 2-3 weeks, I'm coming here. We compromise kakra, now we are compromising kakra, now we are making contribution. We see they be, we know. A woman say we need to see a yen be drew her, but Jahanamai, and so you be through this angle. So kakra, and for me, I think this is some real good news for us. And what is even more refreshing, there. Blue sky and say labor unions and more are going to also contribute to their quota in ensuring we would all be able to reach that 55%, because that's the objective. This whole debt exchange thing, the objective is you able to do 55%
GDP.
Exactly. And for me, I think this is quite refreshing. I mean, quite very, very, very refreshing.
Some have said government could have done this consultation earlier, even before the announcement.
Because the last time I make labor unions, they don't manage funds. They don't manage funds. They are members of schemes. And see, say me ton bond. Na say oh ba beto and me can say client na. So I just say but who members and MPC can into una me di kan and would because I don't know who returns I'll be returning. Minimum promise crowd there many MPC in terms of how much returns are owed the so what you say. But the labor unions are right. Say I don't the day no almost no more corporate trustees, no more fund managers at times almost there be. We know send more church money there. Some way be affecting no. Papa na money there no so ye nipa no. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So what you say because the baseline for these bonds no wona institutional ukra bond no wona main area den edi enketa ho. So what you say and if I don't the labor unions no upon picking on these things feel say no Aban engaging more near her there's nothing wrong because Aban did engagement too. Government engage a lot of stakeholders. So what you say a lot of stakeholders, corporate trustees, fund managers, banks, and no be kind no more tape bia almost meeting were a leaking there. So they were engagement. So we shouldn't create the impression say there were no engagement. But okay, buy an insurance fund so become on position. Corporate trustees become position. And a friend is saying labor unions are come position. It is only fair. Say if they raise their concerns, our government will listen to them. And listen, some of these things will be you are not in the room. If you want to comment on it, why you would comment on it from all interest.
Yeah.
Because in the room you have no idea the kind of conversations
of course
that have gone on. So I just say all of us have sat in such meetings before. A lot of things go on in such meetings.
Yes.
And see the key thing here is that decision about policy about even sometimes in fact when say corporate trustees
I'm told say TUC for we am press conference no Ernest Akowia Chum e wo reporting for Adom Brand Ernest akwa be saying fantastic inti TUC Secretary General then or the tone central for him.
Okay, Obi, study what you can do no press conference no Alban every year as General Secretary Edema TUC Dr. Anthony Yaba Etra woman aban akọ entiasia pama womodo womonsa ahye nkata ase assign MOU aja tum say de pension ahodo nyina no nya de a yede eka ongoing debt exchange program ekoso no enunti nesanti task strike na womo edikan edi atuja say on the 27th of this month womo edi babehye so no aban eno ma kontiasia womaja tum say nya de a one pension no the whole ebekanti omo the strike no aba na wiye na ochira council of state abomodi yi pa say omo energy gina mu a omo ehye wo bo say nya bia omo ebetena ho ahwe ma ban ede won sa aka one pension na no kwasem wadi so na one aban akwanti ase a say the bibia adeda na kwan mu a the striker na nka on the 27th of this month omo yeso omo bekono omo de aba na wiye.
It is that communication, according to him, no, accord down to all the other associations, say 27 strike, and yard your mukobio.
Yeah, Obi, Waka, as a studio, as a one man, no, my imagine 27, or more good many. They say the American or Mosa Aka, and Viamu, but inside on that day, or the Kogi Mana. I thought I was saying, Edeka, why I say, make this what in the Omo, extra, any 3 year pass, as a Avia Nida. Aban eno mako sa apam ye wie na hwe a ebeduru bedine na intentia bi esa ba na de no de ombep ne kra enti womani edi akire sa de set omani aban akwa agreement na aban behwe no adi so pepepe na ocheso omaye very open say ebre biara aban ebepeso obe engage omo no ma ensure say yisika sam ene ne ntoto ye ebede de na kwan mu no so no womo aye krado so mbe so aban aso no ma hwa boa ama bibia de na kwan mu say de be ya edmayefo ene o manfo so eho behin ha wo.
Oh, okay. Yo, ma ye nase bibia ni a ye besan so ababi aba bedi nkomo. Why?
Obi menso me da wa.
Yeah, that's a panya me shra wenti Ernest Akowia reporting for Adom Brands live from the TUC press conference. Inti Sisiana press conference no eba awieye TUC aka say 27th of this month. Strike action and was the unions no economy suspended because of the agreement they've had with the government of the republic. Miracles, me pacho but to us, I mean, that's the good news. After TUC are confirmed, say, or must suspend the 27th strike action. Now, non person will come.
Nti Obi, and I make one say, media is the way to go. I always say, I don't see anything wrong with buying and name stakeholders going back and forth. Because you'll be a baby and I buy okay another man. So I just say, and then yeah, they are buying so open okay na stakeholders on payment the amount. So these consultations they are always allowed. And Obi, it is part of transactions and negotiations. Sometimes people will put a gun to your head. Sometimes they will throw in some blackmails. Sometimes they will throw in some goodies. Sometimes they will throw in some offers and toffees. It's all part of it. What is most important is that last, you never trust in a workable solution. Ever my mind I couldn't know. Until I make say, if it's such things, if you're not in the room, you may not really be too much. But I pick key words from some of these conversations, and one of the keys I'm picking is that TUC say they are going to work with government to ensure that we get to the 55% FN is saying debt to GDP threshold. So there may be other things coming up. For you know, yes, there's been an exemption on the pensions, but there may be other things that TUC is going to be working out with government to ensure that ultimately we get to where it is that we want to get to with our debt situation. Because that's the objective.
Okay.
You know, that's for me is the objective, and I think almost every conversation should happen. If me the last year to me kasa dey no kwa be do no ye debt exchange claim free ona e bit to me still do 55, why not? Because they here say you be do 55, but we must make moves and we must all contribute towards, you know, making these moves and getting us there. Obi, in the last 10 or 11, maybe 12 years, many say you do 55% debt to GDP. Yeah, I'm 76, I'm 1970 from 2030 2014, I'm 71. You know, we do an SCI, ya balloony, you do baby, you do it. No, that's the fact. You know, I'm also, I say, Uncle for a case, if this is the first time, you have to say our CD has been declared. It's not true. When you say 2015, 2014, the same Bloomberg declared our CD the worst performing currency. So there are fundamental challenges with our economy, and all we can do is to continue to fix it. I was just telling you backdoor, say in this year, the same Bloomberg norm declare within a certain period, say you see the worst performing. As we speak today, the same Bloomberg is saying that it is the best performing currency in the past few days. The same Bloomberg, the same Bloomberg is declaring the best performing. What I think we need to pay attention to right now is how we'll be able to sustain the gains that we are making. Nobody benefits from this. Nobody. The only beneficiary in this country, with all the gloom and way and FCC Amenoka say in the NDC, and you can't take anything away from it. I know there will be so mine year. How do they benefit? Politically, nothing. So I just say, oh no, not you know, or manuko year M1. But me no, any me cousins, me aunties or more like any. So NDC you say CPP you say MPP, need the answer the action. Which they say to me day, akonano in a more comfortable, convenient economy. But that is to somebody's political advantage. And to me, I never expect to have an environment that obia beke biama or mino and abino. I always expect to be yanom. Because yanom no the joy of the country is their pain. The joy of Ghana no, it is the pain of the, because they are a political group, they exist to win an elections. The only way they can also win an election is when they feel that the people are in pain. They don't expect, no NDC person is expecting any Ghanaian now under an MPP regime to smile. Because on the team, say Ghana ni be energy, na Ghana ni be S3, na ne political party ni beko opposition. Into where are be? Odopa be a phone line, na friend NDC ni biya, obeka sati, minimum meka, and a bind ye, a bino, na sword, and a bino, and a wenu kese, and it cuts across all their conversations. I was listening to Okuyeta Blakwa, and at some point I was very saddened. Obi, today you are telling us, say, Yedeka, Yamano, Ahocha by Yenya Jatu, into a mayor, or Mano Yaman entity. Indian entity Pansamana. Also, Yam prioritize it project. Obi, International Conference Center, a program say free. Is it not a money generating income? Sure. And she say, oh, I buy a cassette, Ekosiisen International Conference Center, a souvenir may be. So I just say a prudent capital expenditure. So I just say because a idea a economic value Emma or minor into no priority then. Obi, come in you see Terminal 3?
It started
2016 March.
in 2016.
Yes, 2016 March.
Yes.
It started Terminal 3 in Terminal 2, not playing in Magana. Now call and now to Mingo. Now America want to Mingo. Yes, I'm running and I Ghana for man no training college in nursing training college. Ni yetuchom allowances mono. Yes, I'm running and a friend is saying multimedia high lay off workers because operational cost for the lack of electricity. No. Yes, I'm running in Crawford Hospital no more you appreciate to me dum kaniano. And yes, I'm running out tema near lay off workers because your total factories won't to be near scanto or yon. And yes, I'm running on my way. Ghana on my way, Bloomberg for years so declaring what your currency as one of the worst performing currencies. No, were we not having economic challenges in this country in 2016? Didn't we build Terminal 3? Did anybody say says I'm running a watch in the airport here because I'm so now if you land about to be back. Now come America out to be called. Open so cost of Casa to be called more. And Tinanka Fasobena was also be Terminal 3. But look at the economic value today. So I just say look at the value that it is giving us today. I don't know if you get what I am saying. I support the building of Terminal 3 even in the midst of an economic crisis in 2016, and I support the building of the International Conference Center even in an economic crisis in 2022. Because Obi, he rightly mentioned countries like Rwanda and all of that. There are major international conferences. Some and your conference center won't quite ever better than Fasu. That even Nipana air banumpu. So I just say air bow my nimuno. By virtue of our conference that we now babe hosting, the impact on the general economy is something that we should value. The same way I placed same value on Terminal 3, which we built in the midst of an economic crisis. Hypocritical, very, very hypocritical for anybody to make advance the kind of argument Honorable Samoku Jota Blakwa and he's fond of that consistently. He posts in a very, very propagandist, sensational kind of argument. Say, economic challenges in the International Conference Center. But your economic challenges to me see Terminal 3, which I support. Send money because of political expedience. Say your political expedience here, nobody will make an argument against that. Because the economic impact on even you and I, citizens in this country, if we are hosting major events, obi say your program Ketua Krawo Conference Center, who create the baho. Economic effect a war around hotels and Crawford Ebeba Abedidem, a Jedifo art center for Mortimer station in Crawford Ebanina Bekoha Cototonio Mania there. So if we have an edifice that is defective, essentially what is the value of your friend is saying Terminal 3? Isn't it about $250 million? Sambreno at the exchange rate at the time, it was the same 1.1 billion. Say abosia na ekwaje mwa. Enti me no ka say SAS Terminal 3 kan yentwa nwie e da so ka desktop no eka Debt-to-GDP na akoso na ye praba from meboa. Enti na wosese a ekosoro more because of your current exchange rate. We had the economic crisis but we still built it because it has economic value. Yenja nya atwom no. Ni yenja political expedience na ye na edwane on the parliament e koso no kro moto wakasa na ababonti no asate kasa. Yeah, more parliament now, more kasana, no about no start kasa, and it doesn't help any of us. So SDI assembly or cover budget me, special development initiative, or be special development initiative officer. Or in the past 17, a move 15, your friend is saying civil servants. A move 15, civil servants. For budget, no, national special development friend is a budget line. It is there, and I was even telling you earlier. Appendix 4A, MDA expenditure allocation, 2023. Administration sector, GOG and APFA, under Office of Government Machinery, your Office of Government Machinery headquarters and agencies, your public enterprises, your scholarship secretariat, your MASLOC, your National Identification Authority, your Zongo Development Fund, your Home Rental Scheme, your Council of State, and your Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program, SDI Secretariat, and Development Authorities, Omo budget line omo goods and services for under GOG 30,864,608. And our capital expenditure na 175. And the capital expenditure na authorities on projects na or can. So really, in all fairness, it is wrong for you to create an impression. I'm not saying that's exactly what you are saying, but you create an impression. Say there's a certain 27 million beer as a buy chako to secretary beer and for to be niswa and nunti say why you are a hero, why you be beer, would you say obi nina ye unnecessary heroism. Hey, SDI asemia okay. specific functions being came in or say to coordinate the implementation of plans, programs and projects of the 3 development authorities. Obi unim say aban eba abemu 2017 yes set up special development initiatives. And a special development initiatives yes set up development authorities be under them. You know, we play a certain function. And I back to a second term, Mr. President can say a lot of the things now or expected a ministry no be boa they are setting up some authorities. Why? Until all he needed now is a small coordinating secretariat be our presidency to just help to coordinate the activities of these authorities under the office of the president. Because don't forget, there's a key operative word there, special. So it means that there are certain priority activities via on Mampenian Yankasa Eden, ADHD. And it's a ministry in what they are. And yeah, secretariat Kitobi, Nipa 17, no, and 12, civil servants. It means that one finance secretariat or still or buying payroll. So one finance secretariat or still or buying payroll. So. And you don't create the impression as if say Obi second one undertake studies and strategic analysis of some flagship initiatives and make recommendations to the presidency. And their roles are clearly defined. Obi third one here, monitor and evaluate the implementation of plans, programs and projects of the 3 development initiatives authorities. And then fourth one here, coordinate the operationalization of the 1 constituency 1 ambulance initiative. Listen to the key word though, operationalization.
Where the new secretariat of the presidency or more functions.
Yes. And this functions are making a no blakwa okuje to all copy.
Yeah, but he makes the point said to say ambulance the country has the national ambulance service.
The keyword they say operationalization. So you see ubenya terminal point. Don't forget the ambulances in the first place were brought under a special arrangement.
Sure.
So I just say and under the same authority so maybe a president me say me pese be special arrangement me ambulance be more on mining ambulance service there omodwuma no so make sure say emergency services no ye adwuma yi bo mu ya logistics president me pese me special arrangement be this provides our logistics yi e ma ambulance service no enti ministry bi and a ministry no ono as part of na adwuma no o hwe as ambulance procurement in manema e na aba beduru wie but say amegu ministry no me pese me di di akire na me make sure say ambulance na me de aba no etintim de di kan kra ansa me yimi nsefi ho obi bone be no na yen kra ne nambo sami okudeta black wa wo ne officer oni assistance wo oni personal assistant ne research assistant ne ade e wo ho omadwuma ne sen enye omadwuma ne so mbebo no omaboabo no na adwuma eden akonanim enti sami o mapeni na sami wo secretary bi no mo hwe na sade ya botae kese ya medesi menu so revolutionary ebi mbada because it's not a normal, it's not a regular friend is saying activity that me person me no. So what you say? Enti no omo hwe no mo coordinate the operationalization of it. Ebia the ambulance service itself what is the gaps in the your friend is saying regulations at this moment? What do we need to do? What are the other things that can be done to ensure that they become even much more efficient and effective? These are things that I want the secretariat to have a focal eye on it and achieve for me bone bene won and na make catch on say in any case nipa no kro omo ye adwuma wo hono kan dodo na ye omo aban tu omo kadada omo ye civil servants aban ye den etua omo kadada free ho obi some of the activities undertaken under the year by the secretariat it is part of the budget presentation to parliament okujeto black honorable ewo copy so I just say and then all the figures and the details therein no ninyina ewa ha there is nowhere your friend is saying aban etwesika botre kase bi onujo bia ama your friend is saying special development initiative and then make catch earlier on say the special development initiative budget line as it is in the budget amaka and chose has the development authorities in there. It is akasa na mabogu meguna then awegu no is it that who separate special development initiatives budget from development authorities na say goods and services and compensations na sa line no appendix 4A no sa line no development authorities ne ka ho no sa won wegu ni nyina ba otie ne kasa wotum say ne focus no kra na development authorities na kasa me wa wo na o hye mra na ye mra wo parliament and na won initiative of parliament na won fa enye den engudo it's pure populism. It is pure achievement. Achievement of budget obi. And then the first time I had the budget, I call parliament. Na parliament mojuma ni say. And you mojuma ni say the budget ne ba mo be he. Now, local parliament, and I say, now the achievement of populism. This is the first time in this country. Our budget, our parliament, I didn't know my appropriation. I didn't know my budget hearing. Is that not the essence? Yeah, and yet there is nothing extraordinary that has gone on in parliament. So why is he out there trying to create some pseudo heroism in this arrangement? It's not fair. Oh, yen jai sanoman bibia ye be bia even a day to day function crowd. Ye pese ye to say as a ye superhero no cancer no kan boko no quote Bible near there. And so kind of write a quote Bible almost say or no kan quote Bible. Uti quote Bible so bia. So I think we should stop that. Oh, we should stop that. Hey, Obi, abide bia the budget co parliament. Omampeni the finance minister, not the co parliament. Parliament you man say budget na abide the abano mo behwem. Na baby wo ho amatenetene into committee level now. That's where the real work goes on. Yet be film near the big count. Esi de bia normal. Normal be to because say dey be 10,000 free ya. That is the job of the committee. Anything I the budget no ko wi na ya refer my committee say mon ko trance na mon hwe na bi ko ye we na ba bonti we say we a hero. Na e wadwuma no. It was just 1992 parliament. Yemfa budget in parliament. Na kwa ye no 2017 budget ko ye tete so. 2018 budget yetete so. 2019 budget yetete so. Ni nyina yete so de bia. That is what goes on at the appropriation stage. That is what goes on. So what is this heroism tem bia no kwa de. Omo ti omo ye miti yempo ye kra no kuje to tweet. It's unfair to the people of Ghana. He needs to stop that.
Oh yeah, the people's
representation. I
was say or update for what is happening.
Populism.
How is that?
Achievements. Obi now the budget. Be honest, what is parliament? We na matras and we be for number. What's the achievement in there?
So there was resistance from the other side.
Obi even
and they won.
Multimedia. Yeah, budget for the year. Corporate budget for department. Be hard in the eba. Meboa. Department be the need yabani akabu money no budget for the institution. Obi be defending the budget. And you know, and I didn't defend the budget defense. It is a me be defending the budget am the aba. Na say mo amoti wono, mo hwe mo se de be yin free and for we can. What is the heroism about it? My key concern is some of the hypocritical position on his part. Because today he's preaching to us about priority. And the question I'm asking is that the time he spent $250 million on your friend is saying Terminal 3 no Saturday now America flight na Ghana through Terminal 2 na land the flight name to me was Saturday near Dakani the sumu and one for $50 million anto petrol and the gas and good generators me nya kania and then one for $50 million no into national health insurance anya adwuma in 2016 and then one for $250 million now or this seat Terminal 3 no and man necessary teachers allowance you know twem and then one for $250 million no and 2 years school fees free am senior high school for kola because now fi be 135,000 of them e cut na fee. Hypocrisy. Okay, there is no government in the world that or can say economic crisis America for nya global economic crunch meltdown in 2008 no omu jaya kwan ye omu jaya dansi omu jaya even omu kra no global economic crunch kono omu support omu go support omu de donor support ma third world countries omu ankoka say there be ye want ye nya economic meltdown nti no ye donor support na ye jaya and oko UK we no can say today go to British High Commission, they are still supporting Ghana and so many other countries through the FCDO. They are not first some friend different, lot of money. Meanwhile, UK is going through economic trouble. Their people are on strike. Their nurses are flying away from UK to other countries. They are sitting down, they are complaining, and yet they are still doing the sort of things that they need to do. Running a state is everything happening at the same time. I say body parts. Bakwa yejuma bako beke jina ho. Inti yenkase mitiye mi yanti minsanda ho. Yenkase mesaye mi yanti mitinda ho. Yeni nyina bo munyachomne ya doso. The political opportunism no e doso dodo. Ade bia o man ni be ye bia no. Ye de empeko ye befa so ye benya political opportunity room ni sisi ni ade kama ye ho. Forget say ye nyina no. Ye wo niam hye yenda kemu. Ye nyina mama example. Sika terminal 3 be generator ni bia na we so international conference center. In fact, if you don't take care, Terminal 3 then cannot break even because the cost of running it be more and terrible than your friend say conference center. So what you say, but need economic value. They all have economic value, and each of them are important. You don't leave one and go and attend to down one. Ube no, no man abo. Until now managing in kakran. Omu jai sanya mano. No kre you want huchirem. No, but we are all trying to work together to recover. And in doing that, one of your role and responsibility is to ensure say you see na wa dwonche bia na wa yeden na wa che na ya tenetene no ba wo ye wi member Gina Bontin trying to claim say where you be stronko. It's the first time my budget akọ parliament.
Maminti any I'll come back to you. Any say Maminti obi pacho.
Obi. Me da se. Na TUC ese won kasa wakasa ye nyina kan bi ma wo no abang no wanya bibia mfa defending stance enti efede we jatom se nia oye no kwan ado so fa so no enya de ana ebeboa enti watwe asan eye se watwe asan because ohwe sa sikad obi ye adwuma esese auditor na okona homejema wenya bibi kakra de abɔ no ho bra sikad mu no kra na nka ya he no asan akɔ yoro ho bio nti na eye ne bresem na o the way abangi manage yen economy ya and the rate of inflation we be akodu kwanga niema bofa so kosoro under this government enya de eya komato ye nti se ne na se beba sa because we wouldn't need choice be apart from say we must scan out so be pension assume pension age won't make us make a draw say scan it won't mean fanya hwe je bebe say da na eda ho na aban so manage economy ni yenti ne value no enye se ne se bia we anticipate se nka unya ne fa nti nka se nka nei ne be ye na nka okura scan na de cut blocks and cement po na otwae blocks go ho ebi ebedo browse o shase asi wudan no na eno no e wo ho ma wo de da ne value ne shada ma form sai as against Ghana da ho a lose value enti na e system kase pa e system because abang sabi e sika se wutua ma wo ye go fast as me nyina buy kra ne nchire mu no chese abang over the years and tia sa tier 2 tier 3 no amma fund managers na Americans won na over his kana so ama won no no aso je ze ma me fa nye bond ma na be mfaso ba ho a etimi ameska na etimi enyin nti eye say aban atweasan na say na obi sai no adan na aban I engage wonga na efa won ho no e no nga ni nkoma ansa na ebia why na adwen so be implement sa policy no ade aban wo di mu for pa nya ni edi kan bani yi levy eye ba ko onim se na koyi amam for kasa so san kosam tabusika foforo say fe no kwakoye our friend then town hall meetings near the no be ye kafoforo e ma man no enye won kotoku so your man nisika it is nke ye no trase e no harvest amount for adwin o asemasi na me pese me ye ni o bia wo ho adwin bia fabra wo ho adwin kire bia fabra na nko bia timi a kire na adwin beyond even stakeholders nia ebeka no ne enka no ya tenasa so man ya dwen ho awie ya sipo nti e bai no obi a ti ade na se deda o nti obi anim ne ekọ yet na mibisa menu aden says gold for oil transaction no how is it good work about then because me tie my dynamic is nene won a work kran oil the ba no won na di gold ni kwa koto ana ban no kwa koto di abre won se mon koto na hu ni tin hu ne nan eti kasa bri koi emu amane ebo no kware konso ya tia ho ase obi anim se o wampa ne ekoni ana ne ekoni we na on ti asa na so nyanyuna so aban nia wo ye wan hwe a enye yo ya nwum so wo de ye de ade papa na wo mpene so da bi anya ne edikan ni aban kwa na wakopem na wasan na echi aba okwa na wakopem na wasan na echi aba nti nia meka ne se ho ne de eye ebeboa na mum TUC kan se mi se obeboa se sa debt to GDP ratio no ye betimi atel so amana ba 50%. Obi ma adwen ho no ye nye busia bio 55 that's right 55%. Iti afa ye nye busia bio ana ye ba be nye ska foforo bi afi ba bi dia kotua ye nka no ansa na bi aka no eso atel mana ba for because ka wode bia obetua ka no bi na abeka bi so what I say prempren ni ayeye about that exchange no and say sika ye de no ye ntimi ntua abanko di obia no ontimi ntua enti yanya restructuring se na be ye bia afi de monka mere mfa ma na bia ye mfa nko bia mfese ebe affect tenant so nim sa ebe affect coupon rate enti saa na mani nyina no aban ba be ye ne den na ma debt to GDP ratio na perform ana bia ya modern ba ye ba be bo prempren enti no Ghana no GDP no be grow bigger enye ne wodo hanu keke na eka e bia me de ibe kan hu na ma ye yi me ye yi wi a na nsunsanso e ba be wi ha enti mfaso this de sere beba ne ye wi ne hu so afede oman no ye ritu anamon bi na edo waka ne saa o waka ne saa ufika enye ne Dennis Kasano say enye bread kan a yen debt to GDP ratio now akọ above 70%. Oh yeah, you said that. And then what we're feeling here. We'll go to 2013, 2014.
76 and until was that's what I said.
I was specific. And then until 76 was and now Uma year. 2013, 2014.
I was specific.
So 2013, and then I'm 76, right?
Yes, that's what I said.
Now, and also I no cry. Because yeah, rebasing new year, you know. Now, young baby, I want to say Yako was about 58%.
Until before that's what I'm saying. No, because that's what I am saying.
After the rebasing, it came.
No, exactly.
So when he says it's not true, I say this is the first time I answer. That's what I'm saying.
Say rebasing, na kabe be wenka. Keke na be ahe. It's no nyadi audi tutu. Ah, oman ye pese ye kwen anim. Oman no ye pese ye tumpon. So what I say? It is okay so that na ansakura ye call say ntino be bia we anya hwe ya.
Who said that?
Yeah?
Ah, now why I won't tell
one kasa nya ene ye wo de ene ye wo de oh how they quote him.
No, you can imagine if I'm not here and I'm supposed
one kasa ye dru hwa enya hwe enya sa no kan. Ah, ene ye wo de that's your understanding of what
you mean. Nyina so kofa e ho no ba na say de catch am na me.
No, but he see the men can dey one.
No tie me obi. Asem ka. Asemka enya sem nyina sabe you sabe nyansem nya no tumi bu anu ka so say ana say utu me pese me di watema ana me ya wa
sure
e bia me myema no nka say bia say ana say ana wote say so what I say metimi aka say bia ninchire no peka ko wie say sa na me pese me ka kire oni nkomo amane bo sa no wa yene nen enti wo ko fa no bai say ya ne nam ho sa enti den enti ya ne nam ho ana no pass what training dinner say what's up
me can say another one I
for be
my rent hear me next time listen to me the listeners listen next time don't to me don't be sitting there
me say you kind of person what no ni na
can you imagine
also you understand
obi tie me
okay miracles maninyi
no but Osaka no boa
I made that point
abaning so person okosi national theatre ana me boa
that be international conference center.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
international
conference. Yeah, international. Exactly so. Inti no. Ohuni inti a ete say. Obi beka say sabri ya iwomi. Ye hia say be sad no. Ah. Wow, jitum so ampa man ye wa ho chirim. Ye ni normal times. Baby e wo prempren e bi kra ye nko hoda. Inti baby e we e ade a ese so obi ahire no ho. No mia ne ho. Inti sa wo ya ban a ma won ne ye e ne wo kasa. And reflect the person de omanfo yekomu no so what I say we see terminal 3 enti won so pese yenko CC conference center na so when you so nan dia how do you compare the two ebi no person o kire say o na say breso kra wo yes say enti me so me breso me ya ade na o ma me kwa ma me nkoye ye mi say terminal 3 kwan ben na ban no fa so nyesika e de yes project no o ye wie no insunsanso ben ena de broman no pa prempren wa jatum say yanka ye dimpo yentimi ntua ka ye de no sikesi ye de kone de kotua ne ye nibi enti prempren ye de boye ho asabran say me de okanso mi ntua me de okanso mi ntimi ntua eno ne de ye de boye ho safo ne prempren yi eni sabri sika na wunya mfa ntua no so opesa wonya sika kakra ana peska de akoya ida so beka akoje bosia anase oman no yebe mi aye ho ase benya skafi internal ne de akwakoye sa ade apese de akwakoye no but prempren yebe maka say ultimate prioritize ade a obeya ebet ma oman nim putu akonanim ntama eye chen ne sabi o yenya ma na fekeke because so say ye bibi a wo ye ne fe so ne wo bibi a ye no hie nti think we advise our other man no boni ho ene na wen aban ye expect say so beka so sabi nyina ye wo mre mu yedin mu enti me reduce me size of government be a ministry bi hono make kan bom bebre na call for enti niamafo behuni aban no etua na mon bi a ontua na mon te se ne otua na mon wo bra na yetemra na yedemu na ma otua na mon foforo che se ya ni ayen ho ba wo a we aban no set a good example na manfo enka ho ni ntimi mpia because you can say ye kan ho apia enya ne se ye nyina ba betra flag staff house o na mom tu bi ese metua kwan bi da ba bi a me fa na se o bi a ho yetimi ntua no so amanfo no hu se ye wo mre mu ye din mu because abana kasa ne ne ye ne na brabo e kire se ye wo mre foforo mu a
94.7 so na ye loan
enti sambre no na Ghana na ye wo heaven na ade no see I don't know ntua allowance no no kasa sa ba
kasa na metia
wo na wo kasa wo na me bisa a specific question to any
not dynasty
wo na me bisa specific
onye kom na me kama
airport no na kwala na de ko so
he had that point the manin kasa
me kind of
because sabre no no anye ye kura no bra wo sha see no na Ghana bosi ayede o kani nyina bom Ghana bosi ayede ka ayede o kani nyina bom a eye 100
na wontumi ntua nkola wo ka no mo school na still wontumi ntua nkola wo
miracles
atu share bi no sabre no aban project so ye ya etime de mfa so de bebre bae no so what you say eye ne eba ma man no sikasem etime gina brane one okofa MPS wotema ofa takradede ofa o friend then atoabo gas ofa various hospitals are sebio ebi de dan hotel covid koda ho wo kan nyina bom eye bibia e de oman nim puntu ntira yan kan yesika nyina bom no ye obi o friend capex ne ye de call into capital expenditure ana meboa ne ye de ye niam e betime de mfaso de abrayen ebi so wa de call into consumption chese wodi sika so on pebo se ani nsan nya ntua bio na mo pebo se ana wo de ye mpuntu dwuma wo betime nya sika fim de atua woka wo no prioritize ni a wo beye na wo ho ato wo beye na watimi adidi amen wo beye na manfa ka so asemasi ampa ono okon enti ye ho aye monye wo so eno na wo choose over say ye be say ye be investment a ye benya sika de atua ye nka ye de no ti na prempren obi baby ye nka wa kwakodu no asa 2016 ye timi they just about 10 billion service yen debt man ye 2016 because that's can okay can nyina boma 120 billion yan factory no kranka homa 120.3 billion prempren somewhere around 500 billion it is say no even as afia yomi ye hear about 45 billion to service the debt asunti ye nya 4.7 asunti no ye nya ntua enunti affecting yema bebre nhihye aban ene ankra bi ye nhihye aban ni obi ye wo sika bosi a ohia e wo no ho ni nyina has been affected it in kasabri no ye want to say sebi obi a woso okufo omafe sebi asem ka tefu tie me bibi ayo kruyetu it in ka osunson ho nyesa abri na be ya niema ebema obi ahu so asemasi wo no kon asemasi wa ma hu so emwa because ekoba nyina yi baby Ghana wo prempren affect you bia we NDC new we MPP new just bia won a won de bia no wo sora niema bi go on table so otimi de bia kon ya base bia menu adan so te hei ne lan kaka otimi dan cruise se nizam patrol otimi nyafu aguma onte bra me bra ni
first of all
enunti no so what is sadia obeka so bi an fa microphone but ye you fi wa ye you fi ma ni bra wo how
it won no power now
it we say o man for fam
it you ta blapa okura land cruise aban ma na for dem sika ma
obi tie abanga
okuja ta blapa na wo kana sema ma no
Americans nya any meba microphones ne were off munya abutre o disclaimer no we are interested trouble we are you would make that disclaimer and yes we are you make the disclaimer
so what you say abanga oso dan we say baby Ghana e won prempren yi yentime ntra senka say enye ye nkonkon 94.7 niema bi ebema oman no atimi akonanim na economy no enye nyina so because say ya hwene ya de say na yo mprempren yi say aban car ode also nyes ka mfa nkutua o se ka etching empro anamebwa enti ka no obetua na ontua bio
obetua
enti obetua de a one try kwan a ye be fa so a ye dey reduce debt to GDP ratio no asisi hu ebia ye dey saadi ne saadi bomu a e be expand the economy no enti ebia ye GDP no e ba be grow to this level enya ne odo ngano ka eno ne me problem with aban we
no but the other point is so say to be able to say we've been on a certain trajectory and all starting and all kind about the access to the capital markets now in euro bonds which helps in a way, but to be able to go back you need to meet certain conditionalities.
Exactly. So how
back anyway back is to bring your debt to GDP down. But that's what the debt exchange and the debt exchange is expected to lead you there.
How?
To bring your debt to GDP down, at least in the interim for now.
For now, no own service, meboa.
Sure.
Nti servicing no interest be say utu na untua meboa. But going for the best
sure.
Canada ho enko baby.
Sure.
Until so be catch am say be massidi na ho de akosoro. So what I say
by the time be deal say we betua no. Na be why other things
so what I say. Nti dey nim so wampa enena ye hu anu a ochina saadi a ye yenti. Ochinechi yebenya enu ho no na ye wa ho de bit me absorb shock bi e beba yenso so what you say enti ka sabre yen san hia say ye be expand yen expenditure more na me say what you say because oko IMF de bia make a template no be ka try na say till wo expenditure so na raise internal revenue because beyond that this be a grant to be the amount and this how ko de bosia obekasa kotua enti hwese wankasa obetimi ama okotoguma yedru enti se nipa brabo meti hoyi ebi adwuma a wo ye no nea wodi ana wo spend at the end of the month enso kese enti da bia no akatua no utimi nya bi ye niam bia osusu sesa wo de ye enya bi de koto bank ana se utimi de ye savings eno kire se wo rebo bra wo rekọ wanim be de wadwuma na wo ye no ne akatua wo gye enu wo sika wudi na me ke what you say e ba sa pa da bia no kada wanim da bia kada wanim wo koje bosia wo de ko akoto kotua wo rent wo koje bosia wo de koto fuel agu kem a won fa private car a won fa nye commercial activity bia wo koje bosia wo de akoto aduan adi sas bosia bo no ja wontimi ntua eno nyina ka ho na affect yen rating in terms of say see the holding eba form e kan ho bi because see the no say yanyere no mana nya holding and grow naturally against the other foreign trading currencies now. So what I say once one to on train what you name be about one currencies no e grow and ameboa it would then be cause adwaf e beba form enti ebema wo even debt to GDP grab up cost more because and then also $1 with 10 cedis asem count na ebedu sabre na so $1 with 20 cedis what can automatically ako about 100% and ameboa enti abamie hu anamontuko a otu na anamontu ni bi na ebi susu se abamie hu na enye ne ede nya ne efe na mom ne ede mfa so beba bone be na wo bone ben ene wo ho ba obi mo de shey mo say aban Dr. Bawumia say now
finally
say the gold
for oil program no
meaning how
doc say the vice president has announced NSA Oma complete all the arrangement and first oil would hit our shores in January 2023.
So how is it going to be done? Me question be how? What can the efe? Say aban wona ba be kra oil no. E di aba na oil marketing companies na ba be to ho de akwa na.
Say Muslim na ya aban ma omo monthly Bank of Ghana mo $400 million.
But the misika beba na ba sesa into dollars.
Sure.
But the misika beba.
Sure.
Na ba sesa into dollars. Na dollar na kwa kokra.
Na mo de akwa kokra e de aba.
Yeah. It just say me ba be to gold no wo ho.
Me to gold. So aban
do ya mon komo.
Aban the gold e ma suppliers na the age oil no.
Aban the gold be ma suppliers.
Yes.
And aban na no kwa koto oil no de aba. emu na hoye make up about the gold my mom farm for free and I'm a boy
so gold ne be
it anka make kwa kosesa CD to dollar no na ma kosesa CD to gold so how is it going to
I don't think so. That's at the end of the day even when say OMCs ni BDs ni kwa dollars na yewo international companies or the oil never are source in the say traffic guru money all those companies no if government is liaising with them
oil never
absolutely
the dollar na koto mebwana it says you know hina no kwa kofa aban no kwa kofa ba and aban
from the announcement the vice president made not just say aban e be facilitate oil not coming to our shores
okay into no enkoye ebia
omo kwaje dollar BDC is dey kwaje dollars
say won koto
dollars in DOG ho say what they kwaje oil aba at least if I understand the arrangement
that's
now
what it's because at the end of the day because na here
I agree say was information be now by
currency transaction bebem because me say koto oil with gold ewo filling station na eti ni nyina mu no currency transaction bebem eti hefana oil gold in the bepem gold transaction oil no hefana bend
currency that's the most important
say again
what's a currency transaction? Let me see is right currency transaction but there is no dollars currency
no but I think his question they say let's assume say government facilitates through the gold for oil and here your suppliers be Dubai and as Saudi Arabia the suppliers are prepared say ombeji gold in the amount the value of the value of gold near the moment oil na baba be drew Ghana had the source of Ghana the BDCs will still have to play in that space
exactly.
No? How would the BDCs get the oil?
So the idea is not to the current idea in say the entire 400 million can be supplied with this arrangement at the moment.
Okay.
Currently, BOST provides about 10 to 15% of the full
demand.
They can about 80% in private sector.
Yes.
This arrangement will ensure that now BOST will be able to do and Goa will be able to do about 50%.
50%.
So what it means is that the $400 million requirement and better about 200 million.
Okay.
That is 200 million excess dollar or $200 million that we don't need.
Okay.
So I just say which will lead to strengthen the currency.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I just say
okay. The meaning is there will still be other
BDC is not in the space
with
sure.
the dollar
I just say
it
makes sense.
That will work fantastic.
That's I buying the about BOST because I buying
the
sure.
Sure. Fine and the
sure.
You be jatum say na baba any say abang ne BDC is in baba competition.
That has always been the case. But now
abang competition will be boost no.
Which is better for us consumers.
Why not?
Yeah.
Obi me say dollar no eba 50 pesos per dollar. Me benefit, we benefit. Obi ya ho beto no. So what you say? Until that is done. As I say Brazil won say nema ye krefi amano ne ba no ne ade abochi adwuma oye ne ade. Won ni control abetimi di akere no gina ho. Abochi oton sika. Enti abochi be system sika no to ABA CFA. All the Togo obetimi di $1.
FM 94.7
on fa CD no enkoto go nkoto obesesa obe convert CD no to maybe immediate currency bi oko Cote d'Ivoire na say rate no of obetimi dey ato enti abochi adwuma no wo ho ba nsa obetimi control abochi adwuma no na wankasa no so fede make sure be volts ma dollars gum chaw because me the consignment ba kokwa ma no ne kotonga dollars aminya no problem I face wa hey oko ba bi te Saudi Arabia they don't face those problems because one consignment dollars obenya babisum na reserve or yi ahekra ba bonten asela affect the main stocker or what by young economy no and to mean support to sanya man okay it be cause why say na ye kan yi baby speculation be play role to say na making e bia niam bi na asesa eni nyina so but yet etimi trigger baby foforo they relieve aba system num tell me can na me chire ma no ka say on no ho say how say like for what tia say papa because we den wo na keep unya dodo wa hinti ahe na obetimi dey aba na aka bi egu ni aye kokoje from Eurobond maybe fisa breko ebe ba ebe take time ana me boa pay Eurobond transaction no one baby edu no unya bi because unya credit worthy obi am obesa on this scam say je fa ko sade the other side the investment investors na eba no won so na prempre ye no kan say sika no cry be di 100 down ye ntwi ntua ana me wa enti no ono so enije be no benya say onko so ama invest but ni nyina nti ne to oba ma ban
eni mama
ye to oba ma ban na sa ban to papa so te se ne ye hu ya e kire aban ne su ene ne ban enya kasa na wo de run economy nya kasa na wo de buman eye sabi adwen a emuda ho ne ntiase a ewo ema amamu ti na ma bebre ho no ma president Mahama ye ya aban sabi asem ko minim se no hu ne fai e bia sabi hu ne se kwase asem sabi asem ka enti won amfa sa kwan ne so bank won hu no fa so ntema anka bafa wo betwe no sika na eda ho a Ghana afiase eboaboa no through aban initiatives and policies or the buy no ya tu aso anka bia ye obebi ewi ba betwe na eluku na nice no come oh na make abaso aba obetimi da mantima minkoji ya je ni nyina di besi na afi ansa ba bia ne makeka koyi ye bokoko jai aircraft high jai luxurious aircraft high you see ya di ni nyina akire aban se na opese obo brafa na obi nso support o because we are den a who hear man for support meba enya taxes na ban o use edi se we yem na so we bia ba bia ye kwa hochimo ampa aban no na o kana ye no kware because wo hwe ne ye o ye na edi enye the normal rhetoric ni bi ana enye ni obeka say ana wo hwe ha na ko wie na mo aban ni di no kware ma ban ya no ni ye twa adwen asiso eno te na wo opposition wo be dwa twa adwen da wo trans na wo ro be shi bibia wo fa mfa wo ho enya wasem wo kra bro so say na si ni wo kra eba enka wo nkura se ka be ka wo kan kan fo bi ya ho but ebe kan yin na bi
Bernard ni PS
e ya wuntie
and I chain in can yen wrap it up miracles me pacho wrapping up comments
I'm sure a lot of the viewers too, but I mean I think the most important thing here
is no kind
no video kind 89. Oh, what's the alternative? I mean,
no, what
alternative?
I don't know. Alternative,
maybe I must spend this car on. I was saying,
no, you're kind in an subject matter near
or say,
not subject matter near the
to bring the economy back onto a sound
reduce. I don't need to say, and now because what do you say? It doesn't make two for baby. Okay, enough dose. So what is because Okasama bango many others Okasama many others Kasama bang intersembi obeka no e reflect abang soon and bang. What you say? Submission to you. I will not show submission to you and then this person that comes to sit on the person. And this person, this NDC guys, I have said it. I will not stop saying it. If we are Ghanaian, why we are Ghanaian? I can't okay.
Miracles, me ba. Enim, trouble. Me pacho. Etiefo ninti. Ena obua o ma minti nya abotre mani nwie owie a be ma okwan na so akasa NDC man sitting on Ghana ni obi Ghana ni bie ni wa ne joy in the pain of its citizens. These guys and that's what demonstrating enim as if you don't feel enim memra akaniswa unless person obekasa
atrofongwa na
obekasa bi o mani nwie na memra
atrofo betwe German mpo me ko do akanyina me obi hwankofo tie o sanse me o mate o mabre o this NDC rhetoric and NDC scripts opa tune to another station the same conversation the same thing scripts. The people are tired. The people are tired of this script and this rhetoric. They are tired. No. What the people want is for us to recover. And when I say so, when you're going to I was saying, Obi, we are going to your joy will not be in the gloom and doom of the country. 94. So we are just a bibia, mobetibia, and just a mono. It's your man, I'm passing with this one. Or man, you are looking for it to come and rule. Because everything that goes on in this country, you must paint a certain gloom around it. Everything obishe continues for a statement very progressive statement omukura de no affect your mom direct stakeholders once no mudi ehun komo afina wo better na de nam na mantra all because of to me yenya mom we de no metumi mu be ye mutumi ye yanka enie when you came to government, when you in PSC out way, when you 9 years old, and when you were in government between 2009 to 2016, you were in government. What was your contribution to the state? What was your contribution to the state? Democracy, and you have even no moral right to even speak, to contribute to our democracy. And they moved from 122 to 400 billion. Why am I double digit debt input? Moving from 9 billion to 122 was a day. Triple first. Yeah, triple one year. In feet triple way. What kind of people are these? What kind of people are these? 4.7. When they are screwed back on Munja border. Me no kase Ghana fomba 1.5 no mu school, omu ko ni free. Mobile mo send am do school free. Me no kase Ghana fomba no mu dam paso mienu. Omu dam paso miensa me ene yes school dan mom. Mu so mako. Mobile he na musi mom. Mu ko si dan ko she nwude man kola ntumi ko school up to now. E block na wo Luamenya. E wo Luamenya apa menya no. It's in Woodham, it's about 5 kilometers from town. Almost say a day school, no dormitory, no dining hall, nothing. We are trying to fix our situation. We are trying to move from where we are and make progress. So I just say, and one over the radio as well. What the answer say? I did be an into 2 fintare. At this moment, then you come on. You per se, you movie a debt to 55%, and sir, and a yedim come. And sir, what dear solution idea? And ka one ka be sing. Sanet what position na sana na you. Who say what position? Who say what position on ka budget we buy and ka bana yen so ya there. You presented the alternative budget. So ka say na enya buy na ya press conference ya to your sector by sector na ya alternatives. To date NDC have been in opposition for 8 years, almost 8 years. To date, we don't know the alternative to the education sector. We don't know the alternative to health. We don't know the alternative to energy. We don't know the alternative to anything. Your opposition, your education, your alternative. That was when we were talking about free senior high school and all. That was when we were talking about health insurance and all. We had alternative to every single thing. Today, Fregan and Nibia bio 4 lines, Nakajana for say, okay, or many more day. MPP are buying air try say in a be free. NDC for now, Omo Kase, Yem Pamu MPP are buying to Momono. Almost no solution in the end. You have none. Mudia MDC, their only political strength is the failure of the country. Omo for alternative umbawu. They think that a automatic say gonna form to our more automatic. That's what is in their mind. They will have a shock of their lives because the people don't trust you. Leadership no be, and yet the absence of troubles and crises. Crisis the beba. No more requirement a bar, a faso bar, ubejina, pinti, no way in padomna day. If you that is what leadership is about. And the Ghanaians are going to measure. So between the MPP and NDC in terms of crisis, how did each of them manage the crisis for us? That's what the people of Ghana are looking at. When the case what you my own know how. UK I don't know in trouble. In the last 6 months, having changed prime ministers 3 times. Today. If you go to United States, they are having conversations with their federal reserves and their treasury. Every country has seen its own challenges. Turkey, 80% inflation. US, 40-year-old high inflation. UK, 40-year-old high inflation. Or maybe one troubles. So I just say, but what it is that the most important thing is that Obi, only than our war. A crime ben our first war so Mutamamodi and crisis kit where be doom so a common money issue. No, Mokachen see India phone charge. See, I shall say, into me, India phone. She has say, Bakubi Gomes says, I shall say, or show the Yamada Bones, you as a visa. Edu baby, Monkasa, more president catch say, Yarena Manaka Dumpi. Nasisia baby, you do no, on why you drum fool and found the Ebeka and Fano. And that if he has to remove nurses and teachers' allowance so that he goes to opposition, he will do it. That's the sort of leadership you give us. What I say, that's the sort of leadership you give us. Power Momo de Mayen, they are better from 1 year, Kanya Dundum, Newman, a Pamunko for film. That's the kind of power you let for us. Health insurance and ego. That's the kind of power you give to us. So what I say, in Kuala no Katana Street, 135,000 children every year to Minko school because of cut-off point. And no more parent to Munyeska. That's the kind of leadership Mudi Ekomu. And say when you're konya, not because of democracy. So still out to make it because when the Arab world and Kamuya Timina Kugumama. It's when your opportunity, democracy in a woman to know, will be on to me your now Kebia. Kakasa be more minor conim. See it when this in be anywhere in the because when we recover from these economic challenges as we are seeing, it is their political disadvantage. Anything ben or expect to see a bit to me if any debt sustainability here. He doesn't want it. Because in his mind, Obi, once we achieve that, they are doomed in opposition. And this is person dollar buffet. He doesn't want it. Because once he has seen the dollar go down, they are doing the opposite. Every NDC person is speculating negatively against our currency. They are putting out falsehood, putting out lies, putting out every manner of thing. Economy, no. That is what any NDC person is doing. I'm telling you. Because for them, no, they feel say, hey, this is their political advantage. On my inside, say, I'm gonna for so to Obama. Na say no, you know, Timuno. Say, on my ben oba bebu. And that's why they are basically pooping at the BIA. When we say Ghana ha, abaya ye BBNDC, abaya ade papa biya by NDC for cast papa biya founder. What kind of human beings are these? What kind of human beings are these? Now omo start to say, embre bi omunya akwan bedi your mind so na Ghana ye osoro ahememu. Okay. So I just say, start to say, embre ombenya akwan a ombedi your mind we so na Ghana ha e osoro ahememu. They should just leave us alone. Okay. What I say, at this point, what we are very much concerned about is to get the people. And your policy in Libya, and your policy conversation here, and use for release statement, and your policy conversation, so I just say, so they should leave us alone to recover. 10 minutes so, nasa omoba. Nasa ombeso mutuaba. Omobra mikromula teme kache Ghana for the into mutuaba momo. But the show you assume say automatic. Obi, I am telling you, say the be amekawa. Mr. 2024 elections, say NDC they will have a shock of their lives. Okay, Osabuache. I mean, Frenchum say the.
Oh, we coming to new prize. I would
Cap Farm Legends Night, Basso, Daddy Lumba, and then a Champon performing on one stage with support from Oheneba Kisi. It's happening on the first day of January 2023, 7 p.m. Grand Arena, Accra International Conference Center. What a concert that promises to be. In over 30 years, two brothers will step onto one stage. Daddy Lumba, Nanae Champon. Wow. Cap Farm Legends Night. And Shannon's no pay tickets. It's selling like hotcake. Open VIP tickets, Nibia. Just dial *713*33*30 hash for VIP single ticket. VVIP table reservation for number way 0200-220202. Cap Farm Officer what done so many East Legon so Kohwa Biato. The Lumba Brothers live in concert with support from Oheneba Kisi. Cap Farm Legends Night. It's the legendary shut down. Enim.
Yeah, Obi, me dance na say area Kameka say area how MPP abang and any communicators yes what we call superiority complex. Of course, we ni patching obia.
Sir?
Yeah, no be was adwin na utu no for amfa. Obi say anywhere alternative. And I am on alternative.
Sure.
No be mpanga he na President Mahama Nkasai. Enchre won say baby amunami afa helping. Baby amunami mo fa ha enye ye. Baby amunami mo ntwe mo ho mfi ho. Afutu a minority edema bang. Na bo okujeto abrakwa. Edeba bonte beka ho asemi. Enya no ho na wi eti a wapu no tui. Ena dan sisi a wapu no tui. Ama ne sebi ne nsaso chese ontia sekra se esese obitua sa abanyefo. From 2017 ni etu abanyefo obosia bo bebreba obo recklessly. Because bosia me de kama chirem de dawo. Ya bosia timi to edian di ba ni tuya ne yedin. Obo bosia e de investment ni tuya na e mre o ma. Because of say we choose the other one. A wudi bedi di abo ho na we funa ahihye na wa funa toto. No be ehun so na ekon o ba mi na ekon. And no money define. And na obey. Wa meboa am Ghana economy no and kon anim and grow. Enya nyina so papa bia. Enti enne from bia aboa ehim Ghana. From bia aboa ehim Ghana. Wo do ho koto to America. Wo do ho koto to UK. One inflation akosoro by what percent? Cote d'Ivoire he mo refi mo jaika seka President Akufo-Addo eye niema President Mahama ye in opposition ibia anka nyani because bro President Mahama afeni fan no so akogina binkum then na President Mahama nye na Akufo-Addo e ba bonten beka ho asem so we de aban ya de na me bona basoda meka one thing, just one thing. Obaya na President Mahama started implementing progressively free SHS. No so ampa why there and obona baso ne mo bobe no achensa. Apart from no bibi and obium. What position bra dum so yɛre ko sɛ yɛbɛtumi apɛ kwan yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛ increase generation na yɛnya enough manaso demand no wana mabɔnten kansɛm foforo ɛno na wɔka ne nti no wɔn aba power wɔte abɛn ba wɔn awura fi wɔn ho wɔfɔ sɛ wɔda so wɔ position enti nneɛma na wɔka wɔ position no na wɔda so ka wɔaba bɛtena bɛn move 6 years now wadi 6 years n'akyi woda so ka generational capacity a now for say enye no na yen problem na mum a friend then fuel a yentimi fan power dead generators e better na possible. President Mahama Kacho said cut the size of your government onka Ghana at the crossroad wanka one subject say finance minister not so no more number enti sesa no way back be 6 months ni anamewa enu achi no aba bonten aba play say ampa even majority of parliament in the same party ebinu kra ka ban no ho bi say finance minister ampa efen won say president Mahama hu de dada no won so hu say papa no mo number alternative ben na opebium nipa no hwes kasem no so no nya papa onim sika no so hwe o say ne sa because o je bosia onya mfa so ti wa je bosia ma ne o man no bosia ye gin amne yen enti ono no ne benefit nko na odwen ho enti yen to na monfa ne ho yen pa ne nyina nchen wo se da bia ono ntena ho na obi wa hu obi ode kenten kunsu no wanya bia be fie da nipa no hwes kan so no watuatua sika no ade na edam no watuatua se nyina enti se yen san fa sika bi begu ma obi o ebeda na agina obi ebeda na agina enti na ye kan se yan no me kai po say NDC foko radio so can say monto abama NDC 2024 obi enya ho ne yehwe because fees abri ekopem 2024 no as I say nipa survival
okay
ana me boa
sure
enti se bedo ne nyina awu a hina no kwakoto sa aba na ma wo enu ti ne ye dede enu ti ne ye kasa because aban no wagya atum say amamu no hu so
okay
senche yanko sabi o anko no mti yakoko susu o ma no stakeholder consultation amanfo bi ankyere na adwen expert obi anfa na adwen kyere mra enne awesu ama wo okoye na anye yi afi na baba kata mo so mra ne entrance ne sinkonwa enkoye den wo ho
bena
misi kenten won fen kuzu
enfa bi mrefie eni medase Ekosiisen ne higher Sempa FM
was small ban answer for